Hi everybody, Jeremy here from Flatware Creations. Welcome to my new shop. Just make sure this is all working. Hopefully it is. I've got some new information, new settings. Sweet, it's working. I'm excited. Hello. Does this work? It looks like it works. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put this right there. And actually I need to do this. So I've got some new stuff going on with my cameras. So I've got the main camera here. This is pretty much going to be static. Like, it's going to stay right there. You get the background. How laggy is that? So one of the nice things is I can nope. So main should show that now. And so that's what my green screen does. So it cuts out all of the green and then it allows me to main. Okay, so that is maxed out. Trying to see if this works. Maybe if I move my mic, put it up here. See if that works. That looks like it's getting a little bit louder. But I'm getting to play with audio input. Let's see if this starts helping at all. Okay, you can hear me now. So maybe I'll go in and edit that piece. That went to -18. How is that? Oh, it was all set up for media source and not audio capture. Okay, let me get rid of this one. Audio main, let's hide that one. Media source, let's hide that one. And hopefully that's better. It looks like it is. Okay, let me turn this sound back up. Let me know if that's too loud. But welcome to my new shop. There's a lot of stuff in the background. Awesome. There's a lot of stuff in the background that is work in progress. So I've got to make sure I look up here because I know this is all set and I can talk to you guys and I don't have to worry about this down here. Yeah, let me just change. And we've got that. So lots of exciting stuff. This camera I have with the green screen on the background. The other one I was setting up to do the green screen, but it just looked too distracting for me because that's just the camera that I can zoom in on and you'll see most of the work being done on that. So you'll see the green pieces in that, but it's more important to be able to see what's going on at that point. This is just bonus. So I'm super excited. I have a couple of rings to make today. I have to get 80 done and in the tumbler today. So I think there's a little over 100 in here to get done. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to make one spiral ring and one regular round ring just at the beginning. I'm trying to figure out if I can pay someone to edit some of my tutorials down for me and make it kind of cost effective so I can just keep making content. So I'm always going to try and get whatever it is I'm doing described in the first 20-30 minutes so we can get a video out of a cut down version. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I'm excited. Once spring comes and it gets over 55 degrees, the windows will start going in and we'll be done. Done. Okay, so I'm gonna get to work. Let me know if the pounding is too loud, if there's like echoing or anything. I can't really tell of any echo, but I haven't filmed it first and then gone back and watched it. So I appreciate the help, guys. All right, so we're gonna get, oh, I knew I was forgetting something. I was forgetting my pen. All right, I'll be right back. All right, it wasn't the pen I wanted, but it will work. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of patterns in here. Set that off to the side. And the way where I put the camera, I'm actually going to be able to get you guys a lot better angles, and I'm able to drill more holes so I can place the camera in different positions. So whenever we're working over here, very soon I'll be making a kiln from scratch. So wrapping the wire, everything. Yes, I have a ton of room, lots and lots of room, and once the windows go in, I'll be making storage racks. So where you guys are right now, you'll just be in front of the window, and right above you will be 2 stacks of shelving and then 1 big shelf going across the top. So I can put all my bead boxes and everything in there. Over here we have, you guys can't see it. If you look right here, you'll see this little gray lid. Right behind that is my box for my 3D printer. That will be running in the background, but right next to it is going to be where the kiln is going to be. And so I'll have a spot where I can set this camera up over there, which will be nice. Actually, it'll probably be this camera because it's more mobile. Yeah, I'm super excited to actually be in here working. It was a long time coming. So I'm gonna get started on this. Let's see. Oh, one more thing. I thought I had everything ready. Alright, this will have to work. That's just my ground board, so I don't mess up the spoon bowls or fork tines. So I think I'm going to start out with about 50. I forgot my tumbler in the house too. Whoa. Why don't you guys go under there? So all the spoon heads and fork heads are going to go into there. And I'm still definitely trying to figure out flow. I think I have everything where I need it. I got my sander right here. So I can go from right there back to here to my little Dremel here, anvil. Pretty much everything's in the same space. I just have a whole lot of empty space behind you. Yeah, it was my thought process actually worked really well. There's a couple little pieces that kind of get blended in, like this piece right here is kind of just blended into the green screen. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we'll definitely get some use out of it. Just makes things a little bit more interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch you guys. Actually, I'm gonna make myself shrink down here. That's not right. That's the wrong one. I want this one. There we go. That's the one I want to move. There we go. And there's the other one. So this is the camera that we'll be moving around. I'm going to get you guys twisted around here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. could even bring you over here. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And again, let's fix that. Let's fix that autofocus. Okay. There's no filters on that. That should just allow me to... It's not locked. That's weird. Working out the bugs. So this camera should have a lot more features with it. Let me try this. We're going to remove that guy and we'll reinstall it. Okay, it was already in use. Cancel. Go back to the main, and in here I can put this camera because I need to be able to control it when I'm able to see all of you guys. Okay, let's get that up. So I've gotten really good at getting this stuff working. I want this guy to be all the way up. There we go. All right. Now we can get this autofocus off of here. There we go. And you still get me down here in the corner. Now I can go in and properties, configure, okay. And it looks like I'm not dropping a whole lot of frames. Does the stream seem okay? Let's change this autofocus to off. There we go. Let me put that back there. And let's get started. So for the first part, I'm just going to take and flatten this part down so I can move through this pretty quick. So just tapping it flat so that I can put it up against my board here, measure it out, and clip it. So I'm just going to work through that. We're going to do one of these as a spiral and one as a ring. So we're just going to start with these two. So for I don't have a measuring tape in here. And I lost my pen. Wrong pen. Okay. So I just have it marked on here and right here. I have 3 nails that you guys have never seen before. Okay, so right here, there are a couple of nails, and then here are my marks. So this is my mark for a round ring, this is my mark for a spiral ring. So I just put that against the nail. This is our flat or our round ring, and same thing, I'm just going to go backwards on this one. This is going to be our spiral. I'm glad I can get you guys in all these new angles. Before I was very limited with what I could do. Okay. So next, we're going to lock this guy in our vise. I always keep the part of the silverware that I want to keep on my side, so I can make sure that I have the right piece that I want and I don't overcut. So there's that guy. Just get that out of our way for now. So right now we have 2 rings. One's just a little bit bigger than the other. What I'm going to do now is come over to my sander here. So the trick for these that I do is, because they've been cut like this, okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, because they've been cut like this, there's a little burr on there where it was crimped together. So what I go through is I take that off first, and then I do my angles. So remember, flat or round ring, spiral ring. There's 2 very different ways to do this. Is this on? Yes, it's on. All right, glasses are right here. So I'm going to start with the round ring, and then we're going to go to the spiral. How was that for noise? To see if I have to turn you guys down or not. Okay, so here's the main difference. So for our round ring, I always put a little bevel at the top so it slides underneath the end here. And then on the inside, I take and I put a longer flatter edge. So that edge is steep and that edge is really shallow. You can see that it's almost going down the length. And for the spiral ring, I'm just trying to round the ends so there's no burr and it looks nice and neat here. All right, let's get over here and actually make these things. So the press system I'm using, this is a press from Harbor Freight. Basically, what you need is a 1-inch arbor press for the flat wearable system. And these are actually her bars now for the new 3D system. But the rest of this is Harbor Freight. There are other brands, and I believe I have one down in the links. That one is comparable or the same thing, different name. I don't remember, it's been a little while. But this is what we're using. This is a flat wearable system of different pins and things. If you've been watching for a while, you've seen almost all of these. I got a new square one, which I'm excited about. I'll be able to do some hearts and some hard corners. But we have our nylon block. This is an extended bar. It's a breaker bar that I cut the head off of, and I use it to hold my other forms. So for our round ring, I'm going to start off with the inside. Let me get you guys over here. So I start off with the inside because we don't want to bend it inside out. I go through to the other side, and then I'll make my bend. I'll lift it up, make my bend again, and I'm trying to get a nice candy cane shape. So I'm actually going to go a little bit farther than that. So we're going to go right there, and then we're going to flip it over and do the end. And here's where I cheat. I grab it with my left hand. Let's see, can you guys go over there? There we go. Okay, so my phone said someone was at the front door, so I gotta check, but it's just a car driving by. Here's where I cheat. I'll hold it with my left hand, and I'm pulling down, and I'm gonna hit it with my right hand to get that to go over. The camera is mounted to the table now, so I'm gonna have to see what I need to do about that. So right now this is a little off. If you just adjust it a little bit in the form, it will just pop straight back to straight. And I'm going to make all of these just the same size. So there's our round ring. The inside, where we cut that flush, it keeps from having a big gap there, and it doesn't affect your fingers so much. For spiral, these are my favorite. We're just going to put them face down. Get that to stop autofocusing. We're going to put it face down, and we're going to put a little bit of an angle. So I start my bend, and then once I start my bend, I'll move over to the tip, so I get a nice round bent tip there. And now, because this is angled, I might have to figure out a different system for you, because pounding on the table is going to make this thing bounce like crazy. So sometimes you'll run into this. You'll run into this part here where you didn't quite get it far enough, so it's actually going to overlap that edge. How I fix this is it's in the vise, or it's in the press this direction. I'm going to take my hammer or my mallet and bump this sideways. So again, left hand on here, and I'm going to take it over just far enough, and then I can go down. The nice part about doing this all with the hammer is you can get it really tight in there and keep it nice and close together. So there we have our spiral ring. Oh, there we go. Now we want it to focus. So we got our spiral ring here. They're both the same size. I think they're both the size 8 right now, but that's how we... Come on, focus. I accidentally turned it off that time. Come on, there we go. So they're both 8s. This one's got a nice clean underneath. This one's nice and tight spiral. So there's the first two. These are the kind I'm making today. Just these type. Okay, good. I'm glad about the sound. So 78 more to go. I don't math good. So I'm pretty much just gonna keep this to where you guys can see everything. Put you guys back up here. There we go. The cool thing about this too is no matter where I go in the room, it's still I think it gets the ceiling too a little bit. The light's kind of blurred out some. So we'll just leave that right there. There we go. That's back where we were. Okay, so let's get making some rings. This is pieces that can go down there, and rings will go on that side. So first I'm going to go through and I'm going to hammer all these flat, and then we'll measure them, and we'll cut them all, and then we'll separate them by what I want them to be. So we're actually going to do that as we go, because we need to know which ones we want to use as spirals, because the spiral ones need to be longer, and a lot of times you'll have the pattern, but then you'll have an extra little piece down here. Sorry, I forgot to put that back. So you'll have this nice pattern size here, and we want to keep that. So this is going to be a spiral, and the way we hammer it, I try and make them all straight. Let me get that shut off again. So, because I want this end piece to be flush against my board for measuring. Not all of them are great for that, but we'll get them all hammered down. Let's see. Okay, hopefully that works. And when I'm not quite sure if I can get the pattern, I will just double check against my lines. So this would be a round. And the rounds I'm just bending the one way. It's just easier and faster for me. This one's definitely a spiral, really nice and thin. Flat spiral. We'll do that. We'll put that guy up there so I don't lose it. And this one here will be another spiral. I like the really thin ones for spirals because they just feel a lot better. They're not so heavy. Some of the patterns can get really heavy as a spiral. And some of these are the same pattern that I'll be doing one or two in the same, I'll make, if I have say 4, I'll make 2 spiral and 2 round. This is a pretty spoon. I need to remember, since I'm not good on rings, that your way with the mallet is the way I should be doing it for now. Yours turned out great. With the mallet, it is so extremely easier on your hands and your wrists. It really it really helps with that. And also where you position your press. So I also put this piece in here to stop the handle from going all the way backwards. So as I'm using this, it is a Pittsburgh, it's from Harbor Freight, non-marring cushion grip. I don't see a size, but I do have an item number. The item number is 69048. 69048. This is probably my favorite size. It's like a medium size. So as I'm doing this with my right hand, I'm right hand dominant. This machine can be switched. No, this one can't. So instead of, I'll get this for leverage. If you put this as you have your face off and you're putting your bar in, I put the ring mandrel or the ring sizer here. I put that in here, and then I don't put this in with the teeth. I bring this bar down where my elbow and my hand is in a comfortable position to get more, as much leverage as I can get here without having to be stretched out or too low. So for me, this is right here. I get to use most pressure. I'm not stretching or moving my wrist. It's just I'm basically making a muscle. And then coming up, and whenever you're making these rings, I use my hammer to hold this up so I can put them in here and then bend, and then as I need to just adjust it a little bit before I hammer again, I just use the hammer to do it. So trying to do less work easier, and with the hammer or with the mallet, you get so much more force with your dominant hand, and it helps to push out the metal. And if you need to, you can twist it around and bang it this way if that's easier. But with the mallet, definitely it goes a lot faster, takes a lot less effort, and really saves your hands and your arms. After doing a ton of rings, my hands definitely hurt, my arms definitely hurt. Yeah, I put that in there pretty quick because I kept trying to reach over for it, and it was just irritating me. So, and even if I make these right now just because I like the pattern, the customer wants a mix of both. So they want a mix of both spiral and round. So if I end up shaping too many for the spiral, I can just make them rounds. I'm kind of excited about having a video editor too. That will be that'll be nice because you guys will get more streamlined videos instead of just my rambling sometimes. Another pretty pattern. Put that one over there. So it's really easy for me to look at these. Make sure I get this there. So there's no pattern really right here. So this one is normally just automatically going to be a round ring for me. We'll get moving through this. Here's another fun pattern. It's called, I forget what this one's called. There's one that's like deep impression or something like that. This is definitely a spiral ring because that pattern goes all the way down. Sometimes with these longer stirring spoons, you can get 2 rings out of them. And I'm also tossing in some stainless into this. This would be a spiral. So I'm doing this fork, flattened it out because there's a design on the fork part. These are my favorite for turning into elephants because it kind of looks decorative. So this is going to be a ring, but I flattened the fork out because once that gets cut off, that goes in a special place so that I can forget about it and then find it in 2 or 3 years and then turn it into an elephant. There. Queen Bess. Oh, looks like that bowl already got squished by something. It's got some rings on it. It's like almost like a screw is hammered into it. Oh, you go over there. So the last time this person sent me silverware to do, they tossed in a few serving pieces and I was like, oh gosh, that's so thick, I don't think it's gonna turn out, but they actually turned out kind of nice as rings. So I'll try a couple more. I'm sorry, but this whole pattern is going to be spirals. This is another spiral. But that's the nice thing. The order is for 80 rings. This guy's a forktopus ring. Or a forktopus. Okay. Hi, Glenda. I don't know how some of these get so chewed up, especially the old ones. I don't know if I have any in this batch, but some of the older spoons, like tablespoons, have like deep gouges in them. And I don't think it was teeth making the marks, because that's got to be rough on your teeth. You're there. Always a favorite pattern. I'm even tossing in a little baby spoon. When I was doing shows, I had people who would buy the baby ring just because it had a face on it. Look at that guy. Flipped over. We'll go over there. Make you. The nice part about these handles like this, so this one here's, there we go, where it will be cut is right about here, so you get this all as a spiral, but then you'll have this much left over as focus. No? Okay. These make great earrings. I've taken so many of these little forks and the little spoons and turn them into a pair of fork and so like, yeah, this would be great. They're about the same size, so they'd be fork and spoon earrings, and they were always popular. Round, round. So here's another big piece. And this one is going to be a round ring. Whoop. Nope, you stay right there. So by doing everything in large batches like this, I get to get a lot more done quickly, even though I'm doing the same step 100 times. It still makes it go a lot faster. Because I didn't tumble some of these, because I just got some of them in, what I've been doing is I'll be buffing them on here. How am I that far unfocused? Sorry about that. Come on. There we go. All right. I have a hard time not flattening forks because they're such a pain to do after. Okay, there we go. You should have sound again. That was weird. Okay, I'll get back to work now. Yeah, I think I just got it back. The computer didn't recognize it for a second. I might have to build another table right here, just off the side of the computer. Yeah, because that just slid out a little bit. So that's what happened there. It's just USB, so it just slid out of the computer. And these little guys I always like to turn into spirals. No, they're stainless. So this one's already flat. Some of these I already had tumbled, and I was getting those set up for other projects, and then some of these just came in within the last couple of days. All right, almost done. It's another one of the big serving pieces. I don't know if I could really make this into a spiral because the head is so big on that already. I mean, from my knuckle to my knuckle, this thing takes up over half. So it would have to take up almost this whole space here. So I think I'm going to keep those as just rounds. Finding that balance is sometimes hard. You're going over there. This little knife. Yeah, I'll build a little table off of here. Yeah, today is our first time using the shop, so I still have a lot of learning where stuff needs to go, how things are going to work. Nope. You go over there. I raided my stirring spoon drawer to make a bunch of these smaller rings. I've been saving them to make the bun holders with the slotted spoons and the slotted pie servers. I used to make a whole bunch of those, but I haven't made them in a while. But I've still always hoarded the spoons. You go over there. You're gonna go right there. Just 3 more. And then we'll just do some quick counting. All right. So I know there's 100+ rings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40. So that's what I need for my order. 40 of those guys. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 14 extras for these guys. I'm just going to set these right back here. I want to make sure I get more order out first. One, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And as I'm going through here, I'm looking for some of the patterns that I definitely want. So 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 39, and 40. There we go. And we already have 2 rings made. So that works. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these. Hi, Jeremiah. Thank you. It's coming along. Have fun at work. That's my son-in-law. He helped me get all of this stuff in here. Yeah, he's helped so much. Let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut all of these first, and we're going to sand all of these and then get all of these bent. That way you don't get some mixed up because the other ones are shorter. So because of that, they get mixed up, and then you'll do the wrong steps because it's two definitely different steps that you have to do. So I'll do all of the spirals. Actually, I'm going to do all the rounds first because the spirals are so much easier. I'll do the spirals first. Okay, so let me make sure you guys are set for over here. We'll get this is a 14-inch, just an ace bolt cutter. My words were not working. All right, so next is measuring. Just try and bring you guys back here. And it goes pretty easy once we're focused. Okay. Oh, there we go. So you can do this on the top. I just did it on the side because it doesn't get marked off. It doesn't get worn off your tabletop so fast. So see this long spoon here? If I flip it over, I have more than enough to make another ring the same size. But this one here would be the whole spoon bowl, and then you'd have this end coming up over around the top. So you can get two rings out of this one piece if you wanted to. So just keep my OCD focused, put the marks where they're supposed to be. And there's no saying that you have to do the same length. You can change all the lengths. Some people like the ends to touch and not overlap on the round rings. Some of the spirals you want a little bit shorter for smaller sizes. What I've done is just taken and kind of taken the best of both worlds, or maybe not the best, but tried to kind of blend where it still looks okay at different sizes so that I can use one measurement and not have to measure every single spoon or fork for every single ring. For most of the sizes, like 7, 8, 9, these are almost the perfect length. If you need it to go up to a 12, you still have enough room. If you need to get it to go way down, you can still get it to go way down. Saw a pop-up come up on the computer. I'm like, what? Not again. So I'm just putting a little mark on them. So this one is just under my line, so I'm just gonna mark right there, just below the pattern, because that's the part we're really trying to get, is that pattern. And these little nails, you could probably even use a staple. How'd I miss this one? Just anything to kind of butt it up against. Even two pieces of wood or something, one on top of the other. Yeah, I found this pattern and I was like, yep, I'll take all of those So pretty. Just like a spiral. It's really pretty, and it goes all the way down. Do I mark it? Yep. And this one I know where the pattern is that I want, so I'm just going to mark it. This guy, I think, yep, I know it was going to be at the top. So this guy's going to be right to there. You want to be careful sometimes with the knives because they do get really thick. I'm super excited to be in the shop. The room I was in the house is just totally destroyed. But I still have a ton of stuff that's up on shelves. All the drawers are out. I haven't even moved in the silverware in here yet. So I still have a lot of storage and stuff to bring in. Tons and tons of silverware. I have part of my space here. Because I can't tell where the windows are, because we had to take them out to put up the paneling. I have to wait to build the storage. I'm not sure. Let me get this one measured and I can find out super fast. Thank you, replacements.com. Let's see if I can bring you along for this. Okay. So we'll go to replacements. It's replacements.com. Replacements.com. And up here in this top right is a red camera now in the search bar. You're going to go to search silverware, flatware. And you're going to go to take a silver photo. Let's grab that pattern right here. So I've done this with full pieces and I've done it with just the piece of the pattern. I like to go with just the piece of the pattern. And I just try and get the glare off of it so they can see the pattern. So I've taken my picture. Use this photo. Where'd it go? Just try this again. Use photo. Problem occurred on replacements.com. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi, see if that helps. Refresh. Take a photo. Okay, so now it's searching for that pattern. So it's silver lace, silver plate, 1968. So the pattern's called silver lace. Why won't this thing focus? There we go. And it says it was discontinued or its status is discontinued. It was made from 1968 to 1979, but it's silver lace. That's the pattern name. That has made things so much easier on me. I used to have to hunt down patterns. Let me get you guys over here. I used to hunt down patterns all the time. It would take me hours. And that feature just makes it so much better. Lengths. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a ruler. All right. Found a tape measure. So let's cut this one. So the size on this, come on, get up there. So it's about 3 5/8, so just over 3.5 inches. And then the other guys, the round ones, so just over 3.5 inches on the spirals. And about 3 1/4 for these guys. So round is about 3 1/4, spiral is 3 and just over a half. Yeah, 3 1/2, 3 5/8 is what it's cut at. So let's put this over here. And now we just keep cutting. Okay, so I always make sure my line, the piece I'm keeping, is in my hand here. And now we start cutting. Normally I'll have a little bucket right here that I just drop that piece into. Yeah, the lengths I used to do every spoon. I'd measure out. I'd also measure the thickness, so I got the sizes right. And then I realized that I didn't have to do all of that and still be able to size without being too bulky. I can go down to a size 4 on my ring sizes, just the 3 1/4. It gives me enough leeway to be able to make it really small, and then also it gives me the leeway to get most of my rings up to a 10 or 12. Well, not a 10, up to an 11 or 12 pretty easily. That's why I only make this small bevel on the top. That way if I do have to stretch it out, there's only a little bit of that bevel that could potentially be outside of the ring. But most of the rings that I've seen or made are between 7 and 9. I just tuned my my bolt cutters, so they're like cutting great right now. Actually, I'm gonna keep that one out. So this is the one that I marked twice. I'm just gonna cut that piece off. I actually found a couple of patterns I didn't even know I had. Some of the nice popular patterns with the cutouts. I don't know how many pieces I had. The last time I did an inventory, probably 5 years ago now, I had a little over 6,000 or 7,000 pieces. Now it doesn't seem like a lot if you're making silverware jewelry, but that's just the whole pieces, not the cut pieces. So the pieces I'm making now all have byproduct. So what I have left is the spoon. I have left the spoon bowl. I have left this stem piece that has pattern on it. If I'm doing a bunch of patterns that are the same, I'll make sure I put all of those stem pieces, if they have pattern on them, I'll make sure I put those in a little baggie, and then later on I can come back and turn those into earrings. Almost there. Like, a lot of what I'm doing isn't showing up on the camera. Last one. So now we have a nice little pile. I'm going to go ahead and flatten out this spoon. So I'm just going to flatten this out real quick. So just nice and flat. All right, so next, because these are all getting sanded the same, I don't have to worry about the length or which piece, which one is which. So I'm going to switch over to here. There we go. That's a good angle. So for this one, I am going to put on my mask because it does put off a lot of dust. Doing 1 or 2 is not quite so bad, but doing this is a lot. So I'm not going to be able to talk for a second, but here we go. Is it still frozen? Let me see, is it still frozen, Lori? Is it still frozen? Trying to see if I can find it. Right, so just trying to see if it's still frozen. Okay. It's still playing on my end. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Alright, so now we got all of our pieces cut and sanded. The next piece I normally do, oh, I took off my mask. This is a wire, or not a wire, what is the name of it? A fiber wheel. It's like a hard, it's not super hard, but it's really abrasive. But you can like cut holes and dig holes in it. Let me grab my mask for a second. I just like to do this. It saves me time from having to do it with my Dremel to just kind of clean it up. As I pull each one of these off, you'll see me pull it through my fingers. That's just to make sure there's no burrs. So whenever I come off the sander, I know that there's no burrs. So, but I like to clean up the edges with this guy, and from this guy, then we'll start bending. So I'm gonna put my mask on again. I can't tell if the chat is frozen. Okay, it shows it's coming up there. So I think it's telling me to bring up a widget. 1 second. Okay, it says my connection is good. Okay. Okay. So I think what I might do is okay, it's still working? Okay, good. I was just gonna hop off if it was frozen. Okay, so I have some of these that are more tarnished than others. I'm just gonna real quick buff them out before I turn them into the rings. Not all of them need it, just a couple. So just a little bit more work on the wheel. So with this wheel, one more thing that I didn't prepare for. I used the red rouge on that one. One sec. This will work. This is some that I picked up somewhere from Rio Grande. I use the red for here, and then I use the white for this buffer. But I do most of my work with this. And this is a white one, and this one over here is yellow. These were just they come in a 2-pack at Lowe's. So I used to go through a ton of these until I figured out this is what does the polishing, not the wheels so much. So I used to go through 2 or 3 of these a year, and I don't think I've replaced these in the last 2.5 years or so, maybe 3 years. But when we do the red here, we're just going to get a couple of them because most of them are good enough to come out in the tumbler. Yeah, just the ones that are heavy, that have like the really dark black on them. So it's not too many. I think that's it. Yeah, the rest of these can all be done in the tumbler. Okay, I'm gonna mask it again, and then we'll start making some spiral rings. So as a side note, this is what happens whenever you wrap silverware in tape. You get that stuff left over. All right. Get you guys over here. And I'll bring this guy over there. Okay, that way you can see both hands. I'm gonna turn the heater a little bit here so I don't burn my leg off. Let's make sure you're focused. Okay. So for doing the spirals, I always like to start them at bigger, like the bigger size here, because it's easier to size them down. You can do it with these really easy, or on the ring mandrel. Try and get that close. You also want to watch out for wobble in your bar. So this one I just tightened up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out about the camera. So for the spirals, start at the big end. A little bit of an angle on it. And I'm going really slow with this pattern because sometimes it doesn't like to cooperate. And I'm hitting down here at the bottom. Yeah, that's a lot of shaking. I just use the hammer to hold it up and it comes right back down. At this point here, I can see if I'm going to hit the end here or if I'm going to miss it. So I think I'm just barely going to hit it. So again, I'm holding pressure down here. I'm going to go with my mallet sideways. Get that to turn a little bit. And then as I'm hammering, I'm also hitting that direction. So now I've gone around the edge here. I don't know how to get you guys any closer than that. I will make sure I get another hole so I can get the camera closer. Okay, there, it should be back. So it came out of the port again, so I do have some stuff to work on. I need to get this camera mounted somewhere else, and then that camera, I like where it's at, so it doesn't seem to be shaking as bad. But this one being stretched out like this, any little bump that it takes is adjusting. Okay, so I'll do 2 more of these and then I'm gonna hop off, and next time you see me I should have most of this worked out. At least we'll try it again. But I put it through just enough to get it to start bending, and then I bring it down to the tip, and at this point I've got my angle already set. So I'm hitting a line down to the bar, so I'm not hitting up here, it's all down right at the bottom. Wrong hammer. And if you notice that you get too big of a gap, if you hold it here, you can just tap on this top part. And that gap just closes right up. So nice and round. That's how we do those. Let me get this all moved back here. So I'll get that adjusted. Get you guys to here. Mouse. And I gotta finish all of these pieces. So instead of having you guys shake and get sick with the motion from all of that, I'll try and get that fixed for next time. Thank you guys all for joining me. Oh, I never ran my my new icons. Let's see, where is it? It's not coming up. How does that do it? There we go. So that's got to go all the way to the top. Still working out the bugs. So this time it should work over everything. There we go. That's there. Okay, yep, that's all right. So let me get this one big. All right, still got the water in the background. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed and you like this video or like the stuff I do, please click the like, click the bell for notifications, and please subscribe. I think we just passed 3,000 some odd subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I have lots of projects coming up. I'll be filming and trying to edit those down, so there'll be not so much time lapse, but definitely pieces, because it's going to take me a couple of days to get things right and worked out. But I look forward to that. Yep, thank you Mule Kick Forge for hanging out. Thank you, Darlene. So I will see you guys next time. I don't think there will be any more time lapses from the shop, but I will be out here more now that I have a space and I have all of these little projects to do. So thank you guys. I will see you next time, and have a great day.